don't believe this is on. Make sure. Hold on. I think this shit is off. I'll wait for some people to come in here to let me know in the chat. It's been a long time. March 25th was my last live that I did. Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. I need somebody in the chat to let me know, can y'all hear me loud and clear? Or does it sound muffled? Let me know in the chat. What up, dogs? See y'all stepping in the building. Let me know. Can y'all hear me clear? Loud and clear. Like, it don't sound like I'm underwater. Don't sound like I'm on a Bluetooth. Let me know. I turned my Bluetooth off, but I don't know. I just want to make sure the sound is good. Y'all say we good? All right. So no Bluetooth noise, no nothing. What's going on? Oh my gosh, y'all showing up, my dogs. What's goody? What's good, y'all? What up, what up, what up? Been a minute. How things going over there? Hey, listen, bro. I'm about to tell y'all, I'm pissed off. Jed, what's going on? I see you in the building. I'm about to tell you how things are going. Because y'all know I'm still at the same carrier. All right? I've been here all in all, like over 2 years, right? If we include the time that I so-called retired and came back. Because before I retired, I was with them for like a year and 3 months. Or a year and 4 months or something like that. Since I've been back, it's been 6 months since I've been back with them. So it's almost, I will say 2 years. But boy, something just happened. Something just happened today. Got me pissed off, dogs. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, got me pissed off today. Kinda pissed. All right, kinda pissed. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm pissed. Yo, do y'all hear the APU? I just want to make sure this video is loud and clear. I actually been recording some content for y'all. Especially with the POV, which is point of view with the glasses. All right, so y'all don't hear no APU? Perfect. Cool. Damn, hold on, bro. Nah, that's not Mark. MQC, that's not, you're not Mark. Hold on, I know who you, oh my gosh. Bro. Yo, you not Mark. Hold on, dog. You're a moderator on my shit, so hold on. You're not Mark. That's Mario, isn't it? That's okay, that's my dog Mario. All right, that's what I figured. I didn't think about it. I was like, yo, hold on, man. I know this person. All right, Mario, what up, dog? All right. Yo, let me know how you doing with your truck too, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you're doing with your truck. Listen, bro. All right. I'm fucking pissed. It takes a lot for me, in particularly in trucking nowadays, for me to really get kind of pissed off. Right? It really does. It takes a lot. Younger me would get pissed a lot quicker over things, especially like things that truck drivers and shit do out here. Like be pissing me off. Like it shouldn't take you 3 minutes to do a straight back. It shouldn't take you 3 minutes to do a straight back. Once you get your shit lined up in the parking spot and you straight backing, bro, go ahead and press the gas and back up in that bitch. You should not have to be creeping in that shit at a mile, 2 miles an hour, bro. Why are we moving so slow into a straight back, bro? Like, explain this to me. You know what I mean? Like, what? So, little things like that kind of irk the shit out of me. But this happened to me today. And like, y'all probably like, yo, Lo, shut the fuck up, bro, and get to the point, all right? You doing a whole lot of butt dancing and hopping around. Yo, get to the point. All right. I'm gonna lay out the situation for y'all, and then it's gonna just blend into the shit. All right. So it's story time, and yeah. Yesterday I picked up a load from. Oh, I put my bills away. I picked up a load from Kansas. All right. It was, where was that at in Kansas? Like right outside of Wichita. All right, right outside of Wichita, Kansas. Walmart load. Flammable, going to Walmart DC in what is that? Is it Fort James? St. James, Missouri, which is right side by side with Rolla, Missouri. All right, if you know, coming down to 44, where the Love's truck stop is at, all that shit. All right, you know what I'm talking about, right there in Rolla. All right. So I get this load out of Wichita yesterday. I got there about 10 o'clock in the morning to pick it up. All right. It was busy as hell. Still got loaded. Got on the road. Got out of there by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. This Walmart load was not supposed to deliver until today, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Everybody knows with Walmart loads, well, there you go. Must have been lighter fluid. Well, it wasn't lighter fluid. Basically, it is. I mean, so it's those little Coleman cans. You know what I'm saying? When people go camping and they use those to like put in those things to heat up food. You know what I'm talking about, Mario, right? Or people don't know, if you go to Walmart and you get those Coleman, if you're going camping and you get those little canisters, and it basically has fuel in there, and you light them up, it's like a wick, and it keeps, you know what I'm saying, to heat up food and shit. That's basically propane. All right. So I was carrying a load of those to a Walmart DC. All right. Everybody knows Walmart DCs that you have to be on time, right? If you are 15 minutes late for a Walmart DC appointment, they make you reschedule that shit. All right. So dispatch hit me up. I stopped about 17 miles short of the DC because, once again, you can't stay on the premises of Walmart, right? You can't stay overnight there. Sometimes if you can find some parking on the outside of some DC, sometimes not, right? So for navigation, I use Keep Trucking. No, not Keep Trucking. What is it? Fuck is the name of this damn app, man? Is it Keep Trucking? Wait, what's the name of the damn e-log system? Isn't that the e-log system? Yo, hold on. Let me go find out what the name of this fucking app is. I'm back at y'all. Trucker's Path. All right, I use Trucker's Path for my navigation. Do I have a GPS? I do. I got Garmin. You know what I mean? I don't particularly like the Garmin all that much, because for me with Trucker's Path, I like it because it shows all the truck stops, right? Mom and pop truck stops, different spots that trucks can park at, all that kind of stuff. Garmin kind of stays mostly with chain truck stops. So that's the reason why I like Trucker Path, and it's like $15 a month. All right, I just whatever. Once again, I got my Garmin up there, the brand new, the newest Garmin. I got that shit up there, right? But I found it Trucker Path more useful, right? Especially with me carrying hazmat. Bro, I don't got time sometimes to go to a chain truck stop. I need a mom and pop spot, right? Especially if I'm running overnight. I'll take a mom and pop truck stop where they got, you know, a lot of people don't know about that because a lot of them are using the main GPS, right? So you ever notice, especially if y'all that use Trucker Path, how, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Every fucking night on Trucker Path, what is always full? Loves always be booked up by like, you got to get into a Love's by like 6 o'clock, or you ain't getting no spot, no Loves. Loves always be the first one booked up. Everything, all the spots, right? And what up to everybody that said what up to me, man? I see y'all in the chat, man. What up, what up? Loves always be booked up. Flying J's be booked up. TAs, it depends if it's a big TA. In Petro, you might be able to sneak in a spot. You know what I'm saying? Rest areas packed out. Where's the spot that you can find some parking at? Mom and pop spots, where a lot of these truck drivers that are utilizing these name brand GPSs, that's all they got, right? That's the only thing that they go off of. So with Trucker Path, I do like how they do mention the mom and pop spots, and you get people who rate and tell you if the truck stop is full, or you get people who say, you know, the truck stop got a lot of spots. All right. And I do sometimes pay attention to the reviews for the truck stops on there to see if they got good food, good showers. Even though they gave a rating for a truck stop in Oklahoma, where was I at? Right outside of Takawa. There was a truck stop right next to that little small casino. Forgot the name of it. They had reviews on there and said that that truck stop had good showers. So I went there because I stopped at the Pilot in Takawa, Oklahoma, but they had a contamination with water. So the whole Takawa County, they had to shut down water. You couldn't take showers, no restrooms, no laundry, no nothing at that Pilot. So I was like, yo, I want to go get a shower. So I went down to this other truck stop that was in Blackwell, Oklahoma, because the reviews said they had good showers. There was new showers. I go there, and bro, I don't give a fuck what I don't give a fuck if you got marble floors in in that bathroom, bro. If there is a shower curtain, I'm not showering there. I there's something about shower curtains I don't do, bro. And the reason why I don't do shower curtains is because shower curtains build mold on them, right? So many people taking showers, bro, and using that shower. That's, to me, that's disgusting, right? I don't even have a shower curtain in my crib. My walk-in shower is glass door, right? It's none of this curtain shit, right? I don't do shower curtains because that shit collects bacteria. I'm cool on that, right? So I paid $15 for the shower. I go back there, it's a shower curtain, don't want it. I'm good. I'm cool. Matter of fact, I don't even want a refund. You can keep the $15, right? Mom and pop spot, do anything to help y'all. Had a nice parking lot, right? I ended up staying the night there. Had a nice parking lot, but I ain't doing no showers that got curtains, bro. All right? Especially not no truck stop where it's hell, dude. I don't even bro. Like when I go to a hotel, if I gotta get a hotel, bro, I gotta make sure that the hotel got like walk-in showers. There's no curtain. I can't do curtains, bro. I just can't. It's something about shower curtains is disgusting to me. It's nasty, and they collect bacteria and mold. I just don't do them. All right, disgusting. So back to the story. All right, I get a load, getting it here for 10:30. I make it to Rolla, Missouri at 6:30. I shut down at I forgot the name of that truck stop that's before this, Love's right here in Missouri, and I stayed the night there, right? Which I wish I could remember the name of it. I would tell y'all, like, that truck stop is filthy as fuck too. What is it called? Stankies. It looks stanky, dude. They ain't take trash out there in forever. They got trash just overflowing in the fuel island out of the trash cans. They never take trash out, and then you go up there towards the door, they got trash overflowing in the trash cans there, like Stuckies. That might be it. Mario, you might know what I'm talking about, right? I forgot what. It's a dirt lot, and that shit is trash, right? They serve Indian food. Y'all know, if y'all on Missouri on I-44, y'all know exactly which one I'm talking about. It's right past the exit. If you going, what is that? Going west on 44? Yeah, if you going west, it's past the Loves, QT, go down, I think probably like, I don't know, 2 more exits or some shit like that. That place is hell nah, bro, right? It's just nasty. If you looking for somewhere to like park your truck for a 30-minute break, 10-hour break or whatever, and you got some food in the truck that you can cook, that would be my recommendation. I don't recommend that you eat anything from that truck stop, okay? For me, right, Mario, the thing is this, bro, if you got trash overflowing out of all trash cans, bro, I don't even want your food, dog. I don't want nothing, because to me, I'm a stickler on cleanliness, right? If if the lot looks disgusting, bro, that tells me that your establishment is disgusting because you don't even care enough to pick up in your establishment, right? I don't want your food, bro. I'm cool on that. I'm starting to wonder, like, are you even able to? If it's trash out here pouring out, bro, it's got to be dirty inside too, right? Like, this shit got to be. So if it's out here, I don't want any pots and pans that you using to cook no food, bro. I probably got rats and roaches. I'm good, all right. So, I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. Kudos if they got good food. Hey, that's good, all right. Try it out. You won't get low to try none of that shit out, all right. First and foremost, they need to go and do a trash run, okay? Pick that shit up, man. That shit. I mean, it wasn't like it was like a couple of. Now that shit was overflowing, bro. Overflowing onto the ground and creating trails and. Nah, I'm good on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, when it comes to me, dog, I'm a stickler, dog. If an establishment looks dirty, I'm not eating. I'm not eating it. I don't give a fuck if their food grade rating is 105. Dog, if outside or if your establishment just looks dirty, not doing it. All right, there's that. But yeah, that's where I was at. All right. If the public areas are nasty, the back of the house will be OSHA violation. Yeah, I can't do it, dog. I ain't gonna be able to do it. All right. I don't care what you got going on. I can't fuck with it. All right. Might be some of the best food in the world. It won't get me to be. I won't be able to tell you. Okay. I won't be able to do that. All right. All right. So back to the story. So I was already up at like 8 o'clock this morning. All right. Dispatch texts me at like 9:30. Like, hey, I see that you're 17 miles away from the delivery at the Walmart. Are we good? Yeah, we good. What are we talking about? So, in the process of me delivering this load yesterday, which they've been very, very good at, they got me a reload after I drop off the Walmart. All right. And then like 20 minutes later, they got me another reload on top of the reload for Monday to deliver for next week, right? Pick up on Monday, deliver next week. Jumping ahead of the story a little bit. Keep following me, all right? And I'll break that down. So the original reload was from Joplin, Missouri to Lakeland, Florida, all right? 1,179 miles. Keep this in mind, all right? You're gonna have to keep this part in mind. 1,179 miles. I am not an owner operator, all right? I am not a lease operator, all right? I am a company driver. I get paid 70 cents a mile, all right? So for me, mileage is key, okay? Mileage is key, right? I don't care about how much the carrier is making off of the load. If they're dealing with, bro, I don't care nothing about that. Give me my miles so I can know what my pay is gonna be, all right? For my miles that I do. Give my miles, my cents per mile. I don't care about none of the other logistic shit that happens behind doors, right? I ain't checking to see rate cons. I ain't trying to figure out how much the carrier is making off me off this. I don't care about none of that. Give me my miles and give me, you know, the loads, and I'm gone. All right. I done all of that shit. Percentage pay, mileage pay. I done it all. All right. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm cool with the cent per mile. I am fine with it, right? Because it's a good number, 70 cents, all right? It's a good number. I'm fine with it. Percentage pay, that could be skewed, and I'm gonna tell you how percentage pay could be skewed, because a broker, I mean, your dispatch could tell you that this load pays X amount of dollars after they've taken $500 off of it that you didn't know about, all right? A broker could lie to you and tell you that a load pays X amount of dollars after he done skimmed $1,000 off of it. So to be honest with you, you will truly never know. Okay, you will truly never know. So that's why it's like, yo, give me my cent per mile. I can calculate my mileage on what I do with the truck. This way, I can keep up with knowing what my paycheck really is, right? So, and I didn't say that to discourage anybody who's getting percentage pay. It's just that you listen. I've been in this shit for 13 years, dog. I done seen it all. Alright? I done seen all of the crook and brook shit. Trucker Brown Rule, that's my dogs. Of course. Like, did you think you were saying something to me? Like, you better go check our history, bro. What the fuck? But that's dogs. It's my peoples. All right. Shout outs to Trucker Brown. All right. I don't know if you thought that was. They go check the videos, dog. Like, all right. Well, look. Once again, give me my mileage. Give me my mileage pay, cent per mile, so I can calculate it. It's easier for me that way, right? So I get here, I make the delivery, I check into the Walmart at 10:26. All right, my appointment is at 10:30. I'm 4 minutes early. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, go to door 305. You already know the story when you get to Walmart. Drop your trailer in this door, chalk your tires, unhook from it, go to the office, give me your paperwork, go sit in the bottle in the wait lot, and we'll text you when your load is done for you to pick up your trailer. All right, cool. So as I'm sitting back there in the sleeper, chilling, waiting for my trailer to get done, I get a text message. Dispatch. Hey, yeah, how do we explain this to you? Yeah, that's pretty good. You gross. Okay. Hey, listen. Like, I don't be checking for nobody's paycheck, dog. I don't. Listen, I bring home anywhere between $2,200 and $2,500 a week. Take home. It's good for me. It's good for my family. You gotta do what works for you, chief. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for your family and for your situation and for you, that's what worked for you. You feel me? You feel me? Not everybody's situation is the same. All right. So look, back to what I was saying. All right. Yeah, you remember that preload that we was telling you about? It's picking up in Joplin and going to Lakeland, Florida for your weekend load, right? It's a weekend load. Oh, and by the way, it's a holiday weekend, you know? 4th of July weekend, yeah? Yeah. They just canceled that load on us. What? Hey, yo, that was my first reaction. All right? What? Okay. Look. Let's regroup, right? It's like 3 or 4 of y'all in dispatch there, all right? Let's regroup. Let's get on the load board. Find something else, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's like, but damn, hold on. You had another load on Monday for me coming out of Lakeland going to Indiana. So now, like, so that's fucked up too, right? That's not gonna be any good either, right? Okay. All right. All right. Let's listen. 5 heads is better than 1. Let's figure this shit out. Right? Let's figure this shit out. All right, find another load. So then dispatch sends me screenshots of them talking to the broker. All right? And the broker is saying to them that, hey, the shipper is going to have to cancel this load because they don't have enough freight to ship to the destination of Lakeland. So hold on. Wait a minute. Hold up. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's get this together. So you're telling me that the shipper that already talk to the delivery or the person who's purchasing the product, all of a sudden now don't have enough freight to ship. Yes, I'm a company driver. I am a company driver. All right, which is gonna roll into. We not done. Stay with the story. All right, stay with the story. All right. Don't got enough freight to now here all of a sudden ship to the delivery point. So dispatch, you know, they kind of go back and forth with the broker. Like, yeah, I don't believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what dispatch told the broker. I don't believe that. That sounds like a bogus excuse. That's what they was telling them. And then, you know, broker was like, okay, what do you want me to do about that? All right. And then after that, I didn't get any more of the screenshot. Right. So I don't know what happened with dispatch saying whatever else to them after that. All right. I go and pick up the trailer out of door 305 at Walmart. Get the paperwork, scan it in, send it in, bada bing, bada boom, doing my part as a company driver. Okay? Doing my part as a company driver. All right? I drive up to the truck stop. I post up. So you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to go get a shower. I'm going to come back. I'm going to see what's what. You know what I'm saying? They've been pretty good at getting me a load. We're going to see what happens. So while I'm in the shower, I get a text message. We checking temperatures, right? We can't find another load. What? Yeah, we can't find nothing else. I bet you can't, right? Once again, it's a holiday weekend. Everybody that's going to be shipping shit out probably has already booked up, pretty much got everything out that they're going to fucking get out. And that's that. Here's the deal, all right? It wasn't that the shipper didn't have enough freight to move. Y'all know what happened, right? Who in the comments know what happened? Because I've been doing this shit for 13 years. I've been on the owner-operator side. I've been on the lease operator side. I've been on the percentage side. I've been on the cent per mile side, company drive, which I'm on right now. I've been a fleet owner. I dealt with brokers before and load boards. Do y'all know what happened? Somebody in the comments tell me what happened. Okay? Bingo. That's right, Mario. Bingo. That's exactly what happened. Okay? That's exactly what happened. Somebody ran it for cheaper. All right? They got somebody to call in on that load and undercut it, the carrier that I work for. And they went with that one instead. Okay? That's what happened. That's what the broker got to keep more money in his pocket by going with another carrier that did it for cheaper. That's what it is. Come on, man. All of a sudden it's not enough freight to put on. Come on, man. Come on, that's stupid. That is the dumbest excuse for a broker to give, right? They ain't got enough freight. No, it's not that, bro. The freight is moving. And even if it wasn't enough freight, guess what? They're gonna ship what they got, right? They still gonna ship what they got, even if it's LTL. You know what I'm saying? If it's not as much as they projected it to be, if they only got 10 pallets and they was gonna ship 15 pallets, they're gonna ship that 10 pallets, all right? And then figure out on another date to send the other 5 pallets. But they're gonna get the product that they do have available out to them, right? So what happened is they got undercut, okay? Somebody bid it on that load for cheaper, and the broker was like, yeah, I'm putting more money in my pocket. Fuck this carrier. All right, now here's the problem with brokers, all right? Is brokers, okay? Brokers can pull a load from you. Don't matter if you sign the rate con, whatever. At any point in time, they could pull a load from you if you have not gotten that load on the back of your trailer already, right? If you haven't made it there, they could pull a load from you, give it to somebody else if they underbid. But let me tell you something. if you as the carrier tell the broker, you know what? We found another load that's paying more money. We don't want the load. Oh no. No. You can't do that. All right? You can't do that. All right? And I hear what you're saying about the truck order not used, but see, here's the deal with the truck order not used, which I'm taking a long time to get this story, but I got an hour to talk to y'all today. All right? That's what I'm gonna do. I do an hour lives whenever I come on. All right? The truck order not used, how does that help me? We have to take into calculation. Here's the calculation. Here's the math. That load from Joplin to Lakeland, Florida was 1,179 miles. I make 70 cents a mile. All right. Do the math. How much to do 1,179 miles times 70 cents? I'll give y'all a little bit of time. I know what the number is, because I already did the number. But y'all tell me how much money that is. To me, as a company driver. As a company driver, what would I be making on that load? Now, I would not be making 200 bucks. A truck order not used is like 200 bucks. You know what I'm saying? What's good, RMAC? Me, as a company driver, to run that load, I would make $825.30. All right? A truck order not used, let's say that the carrier gets the truck order not used and they say, you know what, we're going to funnel that whole truck order not used to you. 200 bucks. $200 for me to sit the entire weekend when I'm losing out on what I average on the weekend, 1,000 to 1,200 miles, and I don't have that no more. That's 825. I don't want the fucking truck order not used. You know what I'm saying? What is the $200 going to do for me? Like $200 to sit the entire weekend, right? And payroll is on Monday, right? You got to turn in all trips. The payroll cutoff is Monday. So truck order not used ain't going to do shit for me. The carrier, I mean, it might help them, so it ain't going to help them. They have 18 trucks over here, right? So here's the problem. We miss out on that load, and now they're sitting here saying that they can't find another reload because it's the holiday. It's Friday. Most of that stuff is already being pushed out, right? And now they can't find a reload. So I text back. I say, you know, this is pretty shitty. You know why? Because it's a holiday, right? I could have been at the crib with the family, shooting off fireworks. Instead, I'm going to be sitting at a fucking truck stop on the holiday, not making any fucking money and not seeing my family, right? And on top of that, it's going to make my check short. Why do I have to suffer for this shit, right? I'm out here. I'm doing my job. I'm available. I got hours. You know what I mean? Why do I have to suffer for this? Because now the only person that's going to suffer in the end with this is going to be who? Me, as the driver. So they text back and came back and was like, yeah, we all are going to suffer from this. Hold the fuck up, bro. Right? We all are going to suffer from this? You act... You're talking to somebody who had a fleet before, bro. No, we're not all going to suffer from this. No. There's only one person who's going to suffer from this one, and there's only one person who's going to be penalized essentially for this, and that is me. You know why? Because y'all got 17 other trucks that are probably running over the weekend, or if not, even if you have half your trucks that are running over the weekend, you're still going to be able to make money off of those trucks. Guess who doesn't make a fucking red penny? Me. That's who. Because I'm sitting. All right? So I asked him, like, yo, how you going to compensate this? You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I feel like this. Bro, that wasn't my fault that whoever underbid y'all, undercut y'all, did that. I feel like as a company driver, you should take care of your company drivers. You sent me a load that was going from point A to point fucking B. I know what the mileage is on it. I was readily available to pick it up. Pickup window time wasn't until 2 o'clock. I got done with Walmart at 11:30. Had to drive 76 miles to pick up the next one. I'm ready. All right. Doing the right thing, doing right by drivers, me personally, the carrier is gonna have to eat this shit. What is that? What do I mean by that? All right. What do I mean by that? And I've done this before when I had my fleet. All right, where if something screwed up and it was on no fault of the driver, carrier got to eat that shit, bro. All right. And when I had my fleet, I had salary, I had owner ops, and I had lease operators. Or I should say lease operators and company drivers, right? And the company drivers were on salary. But here's the deal. I should be compensated for those miles. What do I mean? Run me to 825.30, bro. Y'all figure that shit out on the back end with the broker. Y'all figure that, y'all eat that fucking cost, because that is the miles that I should have been getting, and is what I've been getting. It is not my fault. No lack of me not being able to get there on time or anything like that to where I shouldn't be compensated for that. Right? Now you're gonna shorten my check because the broker took a cheaper option. So, bro, I should be paid, even if they wanted me to, and say, man, listen, run that motherfucker empty, right? So that we can make sure that we get that load on Monday from it. Run empty from where you at all the way down to Lakeland or whatever, right? And we'll pay you the 825.30. So that we can make that load for Monday too, going to Indiana. Boy, it's a hot mess here, boy, at this truck stop. She trying to swing around. I don't know where the fuck he going. I guess he going over there with the diagonal parking. She trying to back up right here. It's another truck right here trying to, that shit is a fucking clusterfuck. But end of the day, I should be compensated the 825.30. All right, carrier needs to figure that shit out on their end, on their back end. They're gonna make their money back anyway, regardless, because they're gonna have other trucks that's running. Get that shit. Take $100 off each, profit off of each one of the other 17 trucks that are running. I don't know, $50 off. I don't care, but I should be compensated. So I'm like, I asked them like, yo, how am I going to be compensated for this? And they're like, we don't know. We don't know. What up, King D Raj? What up, dogs? We don't know. It's the 4th of July holiday, bro. You got me out here sitting at a truck stop instead of being home potentially with my family. Sitting at a truck stop for 4th of July. I'm not gonna get to see no little fireworky-workies unless somebody gonna fire off. Yo, they are going crazy here. Yo, why old buddy won't just let her back the goddamn Decker? She trying to back the little Decker truck in right here. Let me see if I can show y'all, man. Look at this shit, bro. She trying to back here, he up there. Y'all see this shit crazy. He got over here. He what the fuck is going on here? She been trying to get the Decker truck over in the spot over here. And he been on some bullshit. He done swung the damn truck all the way over here, then swung all the way back around just to bust like that. She came this way and just trying to back. He been being crazy as hell. And look, he backing beside her. Oh man, that's a lady right there. I don't know, she might got her husband in the truck. She need to wake her husband up and say, look at this dude. This dude trying to, look how close he is, bro. Like, he won't even let her finish. Yo. Oh, they bonking horns. Oh, he about to hit her. Oh, shit. She bonking her horn at him. Oh, shit. This dude, wow, bro. You won't even let her get in the spot, bruh. Falcon? I'm gonna zoom in on y'all. Falcon? Y'all some shit, bruh. You lucky I can't zoom in on the goddamn driver. Goddamn driver, you trash as a motherfucker, bruh. Garbage. Garbage. Look at you, go. You got that goofy ass yellow sticker on the window. Y'all goofy. If y'all keeping, I mean, I get it. It might be for some California shit. I don't know. I can't ride with that goddamn yellow sticker, dog. I can't get that shit off my goddamn window, bro. All right, let me get it back on. All right. I don't care. I wish he would bring his motherfucking ass over. Chill. I got something for him. I got something for his ass, all right? Lucky that was, because if that was me and them having that, I would have had to hop out. Y'all would have had to see a hop out gang on that one, all right? I would have recorded the whole shit. Bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You goofy? And you created all of this shit, bro. You in the shop for the holiday, D-Raj? Ah, damn, bro. Yo, I'm sitting for the holiday, bro. No, nothing I did, okay? That's my story. Nothing I did. I'm sitting for the holiday. Had an 1,179 mile trip from Joplin, Missouri to Lakeland, Florida. And the broker said that the load canceled. I bet it did. Called underbidded, okay? Got underbidded and gave it to somebody else. Now I have to suffer. Now I got to suffer. Yeah. I hope you get out of there, bro. Okay, you don't have to deal with the shit I gotta deal with. I gotta sit here for the weekend. I don't get to see no motherfucking fireworks. This shit's stupid, bro. I want to be driving, man. Like, I'm out here to make a check, bro. And then my check gonna be short, bro. And then the response is, we'll figure something out. No, we don't need. The only thing we need to be figuring out is that I need to get paid the $825.30, bro. I'm a company driver. How is this my fault, bro? My wife was like, hey, it'd been nice if you work. If they would give you, holiday pay. Baby cakes ain't holiday pay. What? I don't work for Walmart. Holiday pay. Shit. Never. When I work for FedEx, yeah, hell yeah. 4th of July, you get holiday pay. If you work, that's time and a half. If you don't work, they still paid you for half a day to sit your ass at the crib. But yeah, that shit got me pissed. That shit got me pissed, y'all, because now my check gonna be short, right? But I think what really pissed me off the most was when they responded back with, yeah, we all taking a loss on this. But how? How? If this was the only truck that y'all had, okay, cool, we all taking a loss. Get it. You got 18 trucks, bro. Don't try to tell me we all taking a loss on nothing. Your other trucks are gonna be able to make you some money. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. The only one that's not gonna make no money on this 4th of July weekend is me. That's who. And what y'all gonna do? I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna go back. They're gonna come back. Oh yeah, man. So we decide we're gonna give you like $250 for sitting for the weekend. I don't want that shit, bro. $250? $250 to sit here until Monday? That shit got me pissed off. I am pissed about that shit, bro. If they would have been like, yo, we gonna compensate you, we gonna pay you as if you ran the load, bro, I wouldn't even made a video. I wouldn't even said nothing. I'd have closed the goddamn curtains up, bro, hop back there, throw on some TV. I'm chilling for the whole entire weekend, 4th of July weekend, catch up on some movies, watch some, some baseball or something, see what's going on. Bruh. Ain't even no fireworks stand over this motherfucker, dog. They ain't even selling fireworks in the goddamn truck stop right here. No little sparklers, no nothing. I can't get no black cats. I can't get nothing. I gotta sit beside goddamn trucks running APUs and pissy goddamn parking spots. For the 4th of July weekend. That's what they got me doing. Poach watching. I'm sitting here looking out the damn poach and how trucks is backing up. Like I'm like I'm old as fuck. Talking shit. Look at this motherfucker here. Look, he came back. Oh, God, hey, get out. 3 point. Hey, boy, you 3 points kind. I'm sitting here looking crazy. Losing motherfucking money. Ain't making nothing. They gonna compensate me with $250. Motherfucker, the bills is due coming up. What we talking about? The motherfucking bills is due. Mortgage is ready to come. What you want me to tell them? Hey, yo, listen. Wells Fargo. Hey, say that, bro. Hey, cuz. They canceled a loan on a nigga. Alright? This is they canceled a loan on it. Shit. Y'all know how shit be. Since they canceled loan, yo, can y'all give me a reduced rate this month on mortgage? What you talking about? They gonna say, we got your reduced rate, motherfucker. Reduce your ass right the fuck on about them. Alright? You ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Man, listen, I tried to be cool, right? When I did the video, tried to have a little laughter with it. Nah, I'm really pissed. Y'all don't even. I'm ready to motherfucker throw the goddamn glass. Fuck this shit, man. I'm about to get to TikToking and shit, bro. I'm about to do what these new generation truck drivers do. Dance or some shit, bro. Do a whole lot of goddamn buck dancing. Do a whole lot of cooning. Make trucking look like it's just, oh, so fun. Wear the tight pants. Look at these. I'm traveling the country. Look at these. I drive for Warner. I drive for Schneider. I drive for Prime. I ain't mad at none of that shit, though. I ain't mad at them. Right? I'm glad that they, as they would say back in the day when, you know, we used to be heavy in content, glorifying trucking. You know what I mean? But this is the shitty part about trucking right here, bro. And you know what's so shitty about this, bro? Is that it don't matter if I was an owner operator or not. If I was a lease driver or not. If the broker gonna give it to somebody else after you done signed a rate con and undercut you, and they don't tell you this until 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, on a holiday weekend, you just gonna be fucked. Having those superpowers of owner operator don't mean shit, bro. Getting fucked by the broker is getting fucked by the broker. I don't care how you look at it. Company driver, it don't matter driver status at all. Yeah, they do. Solo operator, yeah, they do. They'll leave you fucking high and dry, and these motherfuckers at the crib on the holiday eating motherfucking ribs and chicken and shit off the grill, busting fireworks, while you motherfucking sitting here eating fucking ham sandwiches, all right? Wasting fucking diesel because you got to keep the APU running for goddamn 48, 72 hours, and you sitting there not as comfortable as they are. Think they give a shit? They at home smashing and shit. It's the firework. They letting off fireworks in their old lady, or their old lady getting the firework off of the, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, yo, I ain't got my own, I can't let off no fireworks in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit. They ain't gonna just show back up to work on Monday. Hey man, Jimmy, how was your weekend? Oh, I was fantastic, man. We put chicken and ribs on the grill. And the kids love the little fireworks. And you gonna ask any of those drivers you left stranded how they feel? Yo, fuck them. I know. They pay for your chicken and ribs and shit. You know what I'm saying? They pay for your fireworks. They pay for your kids' clothes on the back. Everything kids got going on. But fuck them. I get it. Yeah. Doggy dog ass game, bro. Doggy dog ass game, bro. The carriers, they don't. We ain't making no money. We don't make no money. You can't make no money. Oh, the wheels ain't turning. We ain't. I get it. Ain't this a bitch? I ain't got no terminal. It be days like this I feel like I wish I was back at Prime. Because the Prime terminal ain't nothing but like an hour down the street. I would have motherfucking rode my ass to the Prime terminal. At least I could have got a decent little meal. I could have played basketball or something in the gym, you know what I mean? A little mood date or something there, you know what I mean? Ain't got to sit your ass in the fucking truck. Could have went to, Springfield to town. I seen the fireworks downtown, had a great time. Instead, I'm sitting here watching motherfuckers walk they shih tzus and shit. Unbelievable. I don't know what to say, dogs. I don't know what to say. I'm pissed, bro. Man. All I could think about is how short my check is gonna be. Went to Buc-ee's in Springfield. That's what's up, Jed. Hey, you can pull a truck in there? I know, y'all can pull trucks in the Buc-ee's? Bro, I tried to get in one of the Buc-ee's with my truck one time because I seen it say, no trucks come. I said, fuck out of here, bro. I ain't got nowhere else to go. So I pulled into the Buc-ee's. Man, they ain't like that shit. They ain't like that shit. Oh, you said no? Okay, you must went there in the car. It ain't like that shit. It ain't like that. You don't get this motherfucking hazmat. You don't get this hazmat about your boy. Got something for you. Hey, Jimmy, come and get his ass. Get his ass. He in there. Just go ahead and hook and book. Hey, book my hook and book. I don't want to open the curtains. I'm in the goddamn impound. We got something for you, buddy. Jimmy, hook and book. Hook him up. I'll look up a flight for you too. Charlotte, you can leave around 6:30 and be home. Bro, where am I flying out of, bro? I am in Rolla, Missouri, bro. What? I don't even think an Uber driver is going to Uber me. What you talking about? Springfield Airport? Bro, where am I parking the truck at? I guess what? At that Pilot? And then catch a... Bro, here's the what? Bro, I just thinking like, St. Louis down the road. Nah, hell nah. St. Louis like 2 hours that way. Shit, Springfield closer. I think Springfield closer. Go get a room at Fire and Ice. They still got the Fire and Ice over there, bro? Fire and Ice used to be the spot. I ain't gonna hold you. Did they do any upgrades on that shit? Y'all know I ain't been in Prime in like 10 years. Hour and a half? Bruh. But see, now that mean I gotta spend some bread, bro. I was out here trying to make some bread, bro. Now I gotta spend some bread. Now I gotta catch a round flight ticket, right? On the same day, that's gonna be an upcharge. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to fly out today? Or you trying to fly out in a couple hours? Okay, we got you. Hey, Beth, go and hook them up with one of them tickets. $8.99 round trip. God damn, bro. Hold on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Beth hit me with the 899. You know they ain't got no spirit no more. We can't fly for the cheap. You know what I mean? Beth them gonna hit me with the goddamn 899 in the back of the airplane. 4th of July be cool at the Oasis? Is that right? Y'all gonna force your boy Lo to pull up to the Oasis? Rob Lowe gonna come out there like, yeah, oh, Rob, yep, we got LoShawn Parks back on premises. Come on over here and get him. Now they gonna come around, you know, prime security be trying to act like they super tough. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Prime security be acting like they tough. They still got that little short, I don't know if I forgot what his name is. A little short security dude. That motherfucker thought he was John Cena. He walking around there like he John Cena. Like, bro, if you don't sit your little 5'2" ass down, bro, you get body slammed around this motherfucker. Northwest, wait, hold on. Y'all got some flight information? Hold on. What y'all got? Let's say Northwest Arkansas National Airport, 57 miles from Joplin. You get a flight out there? What that's gonna cost? Cost you 80. Just play the Oasis, you good. Y'all trying to tell me to go to the Oasis. Is that right? I don't know. Could be an option. I appreciate the options. You know what I'm saying? I might have to consider that. Might have to consider that, dog. All right? Because right now, this ain't the move. Oh, my man. Look, who's that? Frank? Frank said, hey, man, listen, man. Hey, don't do it. Frank Evans said, set up. Don't do it. Hey, that's what it sounds like. It's like a setup. I come over there, just relax. Y'all trying to, nah, you know what? I turned 40. How do I turn this year? 44? How old am I now? 43? Some shit like that. Yeah, man, I'm in the old man shit, bro. I can't be with y'all YNs, bro. Y'all little young Thundercats. You know the fire and ice get crazy. Yeah, I ain't messing with that, bro. I don't want to be around nothing crazy, bro. So I'm the old man of this shit though now, bro. Like, But yeah, I got some new videos that, like I said, I've been recording with my, where the hell they go? I actually broke. Hold on, where's that? There you go. Oh, here you go. No, hold on, that ain't it. Shit, where'd it go? Shit, they somewhere in here. Oh, here it goes. I actually broke these, bro. Alright? If y'all don't know what these are, man, these are the Vanguard point of view meta glasses, right? With the camera. I broke them when I was on vacation, dog. Me and the family went to Tampa for a week. And I got out there in the ocean at the beach, man, and had my daughter on my back. And we went down in the water a little bit. I forgot, yo, them shits is not an Apple product, bro. Right? I messed up the speaker and all that shit, so I gotta send those in. They under warranty though. I gotta send them in. They gonna send me a new pair. They're already approved of the claim. So I go home on the 28th of July for a doctor's appointment. So I gotta send those off to Oakley and they gonna send me my new pair. And then, but yeah, I do got some footage already on there. I've been recording some videos, basically some hazmat shit, showing y'all, and I was doing some vlogging. Cause I'm gonna start putting out some funny content. Like I said, I've been looking at some stuff on Instagram, nothing on YouTube. I've been looking at some stuff on Instagram where people are doing some trucking stuff, and some of it interesting, some of it kind of like like Drake said, mid, skip. Yeah, should be. Man, what the fuck, man. But yeah, I'm piecing together some content because I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what people want to see out here no more. You know what I'm saying? It's a new generation of people out here running. The younger crowd is out here now, and they kind of like to see. I don't know. Like, what did I gather from seeing some young content creators? What did I see them doing? I still see girls showing ass. All right. I think that's kind of what the females is doing for the most part. For the guys, I see some guys kind of showing. I don't know, man. I just they showing like what they doing for the day and shit like that, which is fire. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I don't know, man. What is intriguing to y'all, right? Because I don't even know if. Listen, I ain't gonna talk about some shit that I ain't doing right now, right? So I don't feel like talking about no leasing. So if anybody be asking me about, oh, what you think about it? I don't know, bro. Leasing was a thing that I did, and I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? People ask me about fleet. I don't know. It's some shit I did before, and would I do it all over again? Would I have a fleet again? No, I would not. I don't want to deal with the expenses with a fleet. So for me, I just kind of felt like maybe just doing daily vlog type content shit, you know what I mean? Talking about some of the goofy stuff that happens out here. And I'm not into that like whole exposing people for crashing and shit, you know, like what Ike does and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And I've met Ike a couple of times, and I see that the new generation now is kind of, you know, trying to attack Ike. Bro, if y'all are trying to attack Ike, man, here's the truth, bro. You fighting a battle that you're not gonna win. Right? We did that shit years ago, and it gets to the point where it's like, yo, just if you don't like the content, just don't subscribe to it, man. Everybody's content is gonna be for somebody. All right? If it ain't for you, then keep it moving. I met Ike twice. The 2 times that I met Ike in person, it was a cool ass fucking dude. All right, I don't got nothing bad to say about him. I know people don't like some of the content that he makes. People call him racist. All I can do is tell you that when I met him, he didn't show any of that stuff towards me. All right, and was a cool ass fucking dude. All right, I haven't had any bad encounters with anybody, to be honest with you. So if you don't show that shit to me, I mean, your content is your content. Comedians make jokes about people all day, but they're comedians, right? You got to understand what it is that they do, understand, you know, the type of content that they're making or whatever. And if you like it, you follow it. If you don't, unsubscribe from it. So, but yeah, I did see some stuff where, you know, some drivers was like, yeah, all of those Ike racist people, and they always want to point out black people and all this. Listen, man, the truth is, bro, you in a world where racism is very much alive, and there ain't shit you can do about it. I don't give a fuck how big your platform is. It's not going to stop that shit. All right. So if you feel that type of way, don't watch the content. That's the best advice I can give you. All right. But with the content I was doing was I was showing load securement on totes. I secure my totes a little bit different than how a lot of other drivers, and I'm thoroughly surprised when I go to places to get totes, how many drivers, it's kind of disturbing to be honest with you, how many drivers do not strap single totes. I don't get that, right? One, it's a DOT requirement. Right, that if you have a single tote, you have to secure that single tote. Okay, whether that's you putting a strap on the belly, different ways. You know, I've seen different ways for how people strap totes. You could put a strap on the belly, going across, pulling back. How I do mine is a little bit, once again, is a little bit different. I did do a video on that, but I basically wrap the top of the tote and pull upwards towards the fuck, tripping, the V, what am I trying to think of? Somebody help me out. The V, I want to say V board. It's not fucking V board. The V, to the E tracks. All right, I pull up in the E tracks, and then I kind of pull the slouch. I do it on the other side, wrap, and then right there where the strap is at, or the handle to tighten the strap, I pull with slack, and then I wrench down on it. So it stops it from being able to move forward, backwards, side to side. All right, so you're absolutely 100% secure with that one. 100%. I got a $4.99 super chat. What's goody? Najir said, what's a good industry that pays well for CDLA with hazmat for 5 years? Oh, with has, hold on, with, are you saying with the has, Nazir? 5 years in, got let go, was making 35 an hour. Okay, so there's a couple companies that you can look into. You say you got a hazmat. I'm assuming that that once again in this message here. Let me go back to it. You got it. You said it pays well CLA with has with 5 years in. So I'm assuming that you already have your hazmat. 5 years in. Clean Harbor is a really good carrier company to go with. Hazmat. I would have told you my carrier, but look, I gotta get back to y'all on that, bro. I gotta see what this conversation is gonna be, bro. For me sitting here for this weekend, if they do compensate me and pay me the right thing, and then I would recommend, because this is the only time I have ever had a problem with this carrier that I met, and I've been here once again for 2 years. All right, they have never, everything else, everything that they have told me they're going to do, they've done, except for this right here, right? So I think Bobby may have some trucks, I don't know, but Clean Harbor is one for sure. Are you talking about trying to go OTR? You talking about going local? What you talking about doing? A couple of ways that you can look up some places too, for sure. Google search OTR hazmat carriers. You'll find some carriers that are hazmat carriers, and then that'll kind of start you off there for sure, right? There's some more companies to look into. Like I said, Clean Harbor, I looked into them. A couple of them are some tanker companies. I'm trying to think off the rip, man. There are a couple of hazmat carriers that are companies, like with a nice sized fleet. But it feels to me like most of the hazmat carriers that I've seen from places that I've gone, they be like owner operator or smaller fleet carriers. But take a look at Clean Harbor, all right, for sure. Damn, I'm trying to think. It's one that starts with an H. If y'all know any hazmat carriers, feel free to point them out. Mario said check text. Cylinder blue on my. Oh shit! Damn, Mario. The first, I'm gonna have to check the. Hold on. Did you give me a list, Mario? I was checking the text message. Mario sent me about his truck. Damn, Brody. Fuel hauling is always good. Yep. Fuel hauling locally if you want to do something local. Fuel hauling. Fuel hauling, to be honest with you, is really the only thing locally that does hazmat, if you think about it in a nutshell. I can't really think of too many other localized jobs that do hazmat other than fuel, for real. Oh, there's a hazmat company called Hazmat. Yeah. Listen, the sound advice I can give you is Google search hazmat carriers, and you can put in there OTR. You can put in there local. Do whatever you want to do, but once again, Google is your friend, man. Definitely Google that, and you'll find hazmat carriers. How I ended up finding this hazmat carrier is through Facebook, believe it or not, right? I found them through Facebook. I don't even know if what's called is even still a thing. Craigslist. You can Google search on Craigslist hazmat carriers too. There's another one. Oh, their bio. Okay. But that would be the best advice I give you. Just Google search hazmat carriers. And then if you need some more hazmat carriers, OTR hazmat carriers, hazmat carriers hiring. It'll pop up in Google, right? It'll give you a list of carriers for sure. There was one, I forgot the name of them, but they want teams. They want team hazmat company drivers, because I think they go from like Canada back to the United States, from Canada to United States back up to Canada. I forgot the name of them, but every time I see their trucks wherever I'm at a hazmat place, they be team drivers. Now not Tri-State is, but Tri-State is more so DOD. So he had to get like a DOD clearance and all that other shit. They do like Department of Defense, dealing with explosives and all that shit. And they gonna want to run an extensive background on you. They gonna want to go back your whole entire life. It's government shit. So, and you're dealing with explosives. They run teams as well. I think they do have some solo stuff, but I mean, you gotta have damn near almost the perfect life. Like, you couldn't have no bad credit. You couldn't have, done nothing wrong in your life, really, in order to get on with Tri-State, man. I see they got bought out by what the name of that company is? Same company that bought out FedEx. No, that bought out UPS Freight, T-Force. I know it's a different name for them. They use like some letters or something, but them motherfuckers, they was buying out a lot of people. I say they bought Tri-State out too. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. TFI. Yep, TFI, man, they've been buying them. I mean, that owner is a billionaire. He just was buying shit up, man. Bought a lot of companies up. But yeah, I gotta get some more content out there for y'all. Yeah, ain't that they the ones who own Wiley too, right? That motherfucker own Wiley. I seen the goddamn Wiley truck, and that shit said operated by TFI or something like that. They buying everybody up. Food delivery pays? Yeah, food delivery does pay. Actually, so me and my wife had a conversation, and I said that I'm giving this shit 2 more years, because in 2 more years we'll make 15 years of me OTR driving. At that point, I'm officially done, right? Because all my other children I haven't had a chance to watch grow up, and now they grown up to be adults, young adults. I have 2 younger children right now that are at the age of 8 and 9. And 2 more years, my youngest son will be 10, and my youngest daughter will be 11. They will be transitioning kind of in that middle school range, and it'll be 15 years. I'm done OTR at that point. And I decided, and I told my wife, I was like, probably the closest thing to being able to make $100K for sure, being a company driver that gets benefits, blah, 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 outside of being part of UPS, which once again, if UPS does ever, is looking to hire in the Charlotte area, I definitely will hop back on that, is food service, right? Now, food service is fucking hard work. You're gonna work for every penny that you make, but you're gonna make some damn good money, all right? Them guys in food service be bringing home $2,000, $2,500 checks every week. They bust their ass, right? They sweating their ass off, but they're in good shape too, right? So if you're looking for something where, you know, you can keep yourself in shape, and things of that nature. Food service is going to be good, and it pays well. Just know you're going to bust your ass for food service. All right, you are going to work. There's no ifs, ands, buts around it. There is no backing in the docks and sitting in your sleeper for hours and waiting, or sitting in your truck and waiting, and that shit don't happen in food service. You gonna get out and you gonna touch the motherfucking pallets is what you gonna do. All right, but you gonna get compensated for it, right? And they pay vacation days, overtime, time and a half, all that shit is there available for you. And most of those food service companies walking in the door is 80K for the most part, 90K a year. You know what I mean? And as you start to get more time in it, you start to get to 100K. As you pick up overtime, you can be like 110. You home every day. Now, how much home you are, how much useful you are at home, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, it's gonna beat you the fuck up, right? So you definitely are going to be tired, but you will have 2 days off out the week. But how much physicality you gonna be able to do with if you got little kids and with the wife and all that shit after doing food service, I don't know. You know what I mean? It just depends. If you're a physical guy where you like to work out and shit, food service probably be great for you because you'll look at it like it's a gym. All right. If you somebody that is fat, lazy, food service ain't you gonna get chewed the fuck up, bro. You quit in the first 2 weeks, bro. It's gonna be too hard for you. It's too hot, too much work. You sweating your ass off. It's not gonna work for you. So once again, if you like the physical aspect of it, listen, I think that good people that make good food service people are flatbedders. Prime example, flatbed, you're gonna work your ass off, right? You got to get out there in the sun. You got to strap that motherfucker. You got to tarp that motherfucker. You got to do all of that, right? You got to do all of that. So if you go back home and be local and you decide to do some food service, it'll be all right for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you already been accustomed to being in all that weather. You know what I'm saying? When it rain, you out there got a tarp and strap. When it's snowing, you out there got a tarp and strap. When it's 35 below, you out there tarping and strapping. You already out in the elements. You know what I'm saying? So you moving around some cases off of the pallets and putting it on a pallet jack or putting it on a hand truck or hand cart, ain't gonna be shit to you. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to adjust and adapt. The ones that may have a little hard time adjusting and adapting to it is those that been bumping docks all these years, and then now you gotta actually touch the product. Oh man, what? That's a shock to the body. Hell no. Why not buy a cheap day cab and haul fuel with it? Because here's the problem. All right, I've been doing this shit once again for 13 years. I'm not into buying. I don't want to buy nothing in trucking no more, bro. I've been there, done that. I don't want to do none of that shit, right? I don't want to get something that if it breaks, then I'm out of work until it's fixed. I don't want to deal with none of that shit, right? I don't want to pay for none of it, right? And I ain't against anybody that want to do that. If that's a thing of yours and a passion of yours, I always point people in a direction to do it. But for me, at the age of 43, I'm not interested in none of that. You know what I mean? Like, because if you don't got the funds, the truck goes down unexpectedly, and you've been saving, you might got some, now you got to go and get a loan, and that's going, man, nah. All right? I don't want to be responsible for none of that shit. That shit break down, that's on fucking you as the carrier or whatever. All right? I'm here to make a check, go the fuck home. You know what I mean? Once again, I've had a fleet. My fleet got up to as much as 13 trucks. Yeah, the money was good when money was coming in, but also it sucked when money had to go out. And I told people this in a video just in case people haven't been around. I had 2 rollovers in my fleet. All right, one of them was pretty simple. They just had to turn the truck back up. The other one, he rolled on the highway doing, I think, 70, 72 miles an hour. This motherfucker tossed shit all over the fucking interstate. All right, out that trailer. Everything. You know how much the cleanup was for that shit? Insurance don't cover that. Insurance does not cover that. You know how much the cleanup was? $62,000 up front. There's no payment option on that. We assess what it is, $62,000. American Express, Visa, ComCheck, it needs to get cut now. Or we're not touching anything. All right. So, yeah, because the driver went 72 miles an hour and clipped one of those on the highway where it kind of sits down, clipped that, lost control of it, rolled the truck, $62,000 out of my account like that. There was no payment option. There was no fucking go and grab a loan. It's you do it now or you find somebody else to come and fucking clean this shit up off this highway. That is shut down, actually. Okay? It's shut down. What you think, what state was that in Texas? You think the state of Texas was like, hey man, we'll give you a couple of days to figure this shit. You need to get this done in X amount of time or the price is going up. Shit. So no, I'm not interested in doing any of that. Okay? I know, if y'all owner operators, if you ain't never experienced a rollover, all right, or ever dealt with a rollover, had a fleet that had a rollover, and and you got freight in the truck and it spills all over the fucking interstate, insurance does not pay to get that shit cleaned up. That is a cleaning crew that comes out there and they want their money now. Completely separate. So yeah, people will make all of this about having fleets and all this shit, but until you in the thick of that shit, or until something tragic like that happens, yeah, I'm not interested in none of that shit. So that's why, to me, I'm cool on it, man. I'm cool on it. And I was able to pay that shit. I paid that shit and still operated 3 years after that. You know what I'm saying? Still operated 3 years after that. That happened when I had maybe like 4 trucks, 5 trucks or some shit like that. And still ended up with 12 trucks, 12 units. So yeah, that shit hurts. Luckily, the luckily part was that he walked away and it was a single accident. So no other vehicles were involved and nobody died or anything like that. But yeah, that shit was expensive. And they had that shit cleaned up in like 2 hours. The motherfuckers literally made $31,000 an hour. Like, yo, I'm in the wrong business, bro. Let me go get a couple of them people, a couple of them good folks, you know what I'm saying? Let me get a cleanup crew for when they motherfuckers fall asleep on the highway and roll their truck. We'll be waiting. You can call us. We come from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We come from anywhere. What you say is in Texas. All right, man. Hey, load it up, boys. We gotta be there. All right? Gotta be there. How often does that happen? I mean, how often does rollovers happen? I mean, how many times? I mean, rollovers happen probably more than you think. You may not see them all the time, but I'm sure there's probably a rollover a day. A couple of rollovers a day. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about in the entire country. And then when come wintertime, oh my God. You know, you got these truckers out here speedballing on ice and losing control and shit smashing up all over the place, shit all over the fucking highway. And yeah, man. So, you know what I'm saying? It don't gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be 100 trucks that's doing that a day. You think about it in the grand scheme of it. If 5 trucks, even if like 3 trucks do it a day, and they're charging on an average of 60 racks for a cleanup, that's shit. Imagine a carrier, and like I said, I was a small fleet, bro. I was like I said, I had about 5 or 6 trucks at that time, and that shit hit me. But imagine mega carriers like the Primes and all that. Oh my God, I know they deal with that shit all the fucking time. Rolling over, product getting fucked up. Now insurance will cover the shit in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got the insurance for, with cargo and all that stuff. But that shit ain't got nothing to do with outside the trailer. You know what I'm saying? That shit is on the interstate, bro. That shit is not covered under the. There's no gap insurance, no gap or anything that you can get for that. That is not going to be covered by insurance whatsoever. Just join your live. Are you doing flatbed now or drive-in? I'm doing drive-in. Well, hazmat, drive-in. That's how you want to look at it. I got drive-in. Yeah, that's how it works. They cargo insurance covers inside the trailer, right? If anything happens to the cargo inside the trailer, but that motherfucker get out that trailer. We ain't said we cover that. But yeah, man, y'all let me know, man. Listen, I miss y'all, bro. I really be wanting to make content. Like I said, I got some content pre-recorded in the tuck already. I've been pre-recording some shit. You know, for me, it'd be cringeworthy because watching myself, because whenever you're doing this, like, I go back and I rewatch it because I want to make sure, like, oh, if I said something wrong, I got to clip that out. That should be kind of cringeworthy to me watching myself again. I just, content be for other people. I can't watch my own shit. I think, I don't know, it might be a little crazy if you watch your own shit, right? Maybe not. I don't know. But, just trying to, I can't do the stuff that, like, I guess I used to do. Right? Before I used to talk about leasing. I don't do that shit no more. No need for that. Talked about being a fleet owner. I don't do that shit no more. I'm a company driver, so, and for me, like I said, not a lot for me to complain about other than what happened today, because the carrier that I'm with has been good to me, all right? So I really don't have any complaints about them. And being a company driver, I just take the load that they assign me to, and that's that. And I've told them before, I don't want to do no Northeast. So I don't do no Northeast, and I don't want to really do no West Coast, right? Especially, I don't do no Southern California. So it's two parts of the country that I'm not going to. Southern California, all right? And I'm not going to the Northeast, period. All right? I've established that with them, and they don't send me there. So, you know, most of the stuff that I run, that I do for them, I be in the Midwest, you know, I-55, I-35, a lot of stuff I do, Texas. I go Texas, back up to like Illinois, Minnesota, Indiana, all up there in the Midwest up there, or the North, and then I come back down to the South, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and then I'll do some stuff around there, and then I'll go back up there. Like, that's about as far as I go. Like, I don't do pretty much Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and up. I don't do none of that shit. They tried to send me there one time. He sent me one for New Jersey. Hey, no, whoa. Hit up Bobby's owner. Hey, Bobby, yo, I want to talk to Russ about this, but I don't do, I don't do the Northeast, Brody. Not going up there. And Russ was like, oh, man, why you not going up there? Why you don't want to go to the Northeast? Bro, I'm not dealing with that fucking traffic. I'm not dealing with parking. It's the worst, man, in the Northeast. Parking is the worst. Traffic is the worst. It take you fucking 5 hours to go fucking 20 miles. That's being drastic, but I mean, it take you an hour to go 20 miles, bro. I don't got time for that. That shit, the Northeast be a clock killer, man. I cannot do it. And there's nowhere to fucking park, bro, ever. If you're not in a truck stop or in a rest area in the Northeast by 4 o'clock, bro, you ain't getting a spot. Know that. You parking on shoulders somewhere, and then they coming up there and they fucking booting your shit, or they giving you a ticket or whatever. I don't got time for that shit in the Northeast, man. It's just too much. And it's too many people just everywhere. Everywhere is people, every fucking where, man. I'm cool on that. So I stay in the Midwest and the South, and North, if that's what you want to call, like Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, shit like that. Somebody asked a question. I just seen that. Where'd the comment go? Oh shit. Look at that. Bro, I've been so out of this shit for a minute. Join the Russians. They pay good money. LOL. Ah, man, listen. I ain't joining no Russians, bro. I'm good. I ain't knocking anybody that... Listen, if you join the Russians, man, I ain't knocking you, bro. You do what you gotta do. If you join Super Ego, you don't do what you gotta do, okay? Go somewhere the fuck else. All right, listen. If you gotta join Super Ego, dog, I ain't gonna hold you. All of y'all out here, all right? If y'all listen to this, all of y'all out here who drive for Super Ego, no, you don't gotta say, yo, get the fuck out of there, bro. It's a million other carriers, bro. If that is what you have to resort to is Super Ego, because whatever is up with your license or whatever, bro, turn your shit in and get a regular license, bro. Stop it. You're not a truck driver no more, bro. If you gotta drive for Super Ego, you are not a fucking truck driver no more. Turn your fucking CDL in and go find another career, bro. Go to vocational school and reassess your... That is a shitty carrier, bro. And not only are they shitty, it has been proven that they are getting over on y'all left and fucking right with money. But yet I still see people out here pulling and driving for fucking Super Ego. You, my friend, are lost, okay? Go somewhere the fuck else. I would much rather you go to Western Express, which, by the way, Western Express, another one, okay? Listen, disclaimer. I want to say this, all right? I want to say this, disclaimer. You can make money anywhere you go, all right? I got to put a disclaimer out there, because a lot of people think, like, if you go to a carrier and you're not making any money, you don't know that, all right? There are people at all of these mega carriers who are making money, all right? Now, I'll say that to say this. Whatever making money is to them may be different than what it is to you, okay? Your expenses may not be that they're making money, but for whatever their expenses are, they're making money. So you shouldn't really shit on anybody if they're making $600 at a carrier and you're making $1,200 at a carrier. If they're happy and they've been making that and been doing that and being there for years, you can't tell them that they're not making money. They might have no expenses, okay? The carrier might do something for them that works for them and their family, works for them in their lifestyle. So when I see videos, and I've been seeing some, where people are kind of jonesing at people for working for Western Express because they don't really make no money. Listen, it might not work for you because you have a lot of fucking expenses at the crib, or there's a certain amount of money that you need to have, okay? But maybe for somebody that is coming from nothing, somebody that was homeless, and now they're making $600 a week, and they're making it work, and it's working for them. In their eyes, that is money. So everybody's vision of what money is different, all right? I wish people would stop trying to say, you know, who is making money, who ain't. Only thing I'm telling you about carriers is Ego Express, because them motherfuckers are ripping you off, right? And they do it in your face, and they don't care that you know, right? They showing you that, yeah, you should be making this off of this load that we gave you, but we're really giving you this, right? So that's the problem that I have with, like, that's why I say leave Super Ego, because they are taking your fucking money right there in front of you, showing you that they're ripping you off, and you're still staying there and getting ripped off. That's a problem, okay? That's a problem, all right? That is a problem. So I kind of wanted to kind of emphasize that. All right, but I know people that are at CR England that are making money. I passed by, I think, like 2 CR England trucks in the last couple weeks. Million. Oh, did it come back? Oh shit! Shit is upside down. Hold on. Did it come back? Oh my god. Oh my god. I got it plugged up. Is it back? If it's back, I need to hurry up and get ready to resume this shit. Somebody give me a mic check, 1, 2. Goddamn cord is short as hell. I gotta get the longer. My shit went dead. Shit went dead, dog. Damn. Oh shit, I better hurry up. I just pulled that cord out right there. I gotta hurry up and get this charging. I'm about to get ready to get the fuck out of here. I done forgot how this shit all works on YouTube. Damn. Should have had my phone charged up. That would have been good. Instead, I was charging my fucking vape up. Oh shit. Can this mod stay? Yeah, if I turn the camera the other way, it's gonna have me upside down. All right. I'm gonna get ready to get the fuck out of here in a few minutes. Just gonna conclude what I was saying. That end of the day, like I said, I passed by 2 trucks for CR England that had that they were million-mile trucks. Stay with a carrier for that long to be out. First of all, you gotta understand how long you gotta be out here on the road to do 1,000,000 miles. If you're a solo driver, you're gonna need probably like 10 years. All right, if you're a trainer or if you're a team, you can probably get that shit done in half the time, like 5 years. But you gotta be making money somehow, and it's not to your discretion to say if they're making money or good enough money or not to your liking. But for them, if they've been able to make a living and they're happy with it, that's all that matters. See, the problem is that so many people want to try to compare and contrast their paychecks out here, and not everybody's at-home expenses or lifestyle expenses is the same. Some people live frugal, right? They know how to save money and spend very, very little bit of their money, and they live, you know, off the bare necessities. And then you got some people out here that they gotta shine. You know what I mean? They want to have everything flashy, fly, and new. So there's that. Yeah, I start doing more of these, man. More live chats, more live talks. Because at this point in my career, doing truck driving like that's, I mean, how many backing videos? Y'all don't need no backing videos. Like they're all over the internet. I don't need to do that. I don't want to do a bunch of regurgitating stuff. I thought about redoing videos that I did, and maybe I just do like some little videos, maybe 2026, 2027, some good carriers to work for if you're starting out type of shit. And then once you get like the year under your belt of doing OTR, year, 2 years, you can pretty much go a lot of anywhere you want to. You know, I still believe that holds true to a sense. So but yeah, man, y'all heard my rant, man. Y'all hear where I'm at. I'm stuck here for the 4th of July weekend. My load got canceled on me, aka somebody underbidded my carrier, and I'm stuck not having a load as a company driver. And they need to figure out how they're going to compensate me for having to sit the entire weekend. And it's messed up my whole entire, it's gonna mess up my whole entire paycheck, because I have become accustomed to making between $2,200 and $2,500 a week, take home every week, and it doesn't look like that is going to happen this week. I am hazmat drive-in. I do not have a reefer. I don't carry hazmat reefer loads. Now, carry on with, they do have reefers that are hazmat, but I don't have. I have a drive-in hazmat trailer. Any other questions y'all got, man? Real quick, I guess I'll do a quick. Any questions y'all got? Anything you want me to talk about? I'm taking comments right now. I'm actually going to read y'all comments. Let's see. Is it worth getting my own truck? Because it seems like people who have them are sitting and working with Russians. I don't know, man. You know, I feel like having your own truck, that's kind of like one of those goals or ambitions type of things. If your goal is to own your own truck out here, I think you should strive for that. If your ambition is to be an owner operator, I think you should strive for that. If your ambition is to just, put down your miles and get your paycheck, then there's nothing wrong with being a company driver, right? You don't have to own the truck. I just finished talking about how I got screwed on a load. That could happen whether you're an owner operator or you're a company driver. If the broker finds somebody that's going to carry a load for cheaper, it don't matter if you own your own truck or not. They're going to get that load to the cheaper truck. So, you asked. So the question is it worth it? I feel like whatever your goal or your ambition is that you're striving for is always worth it. All right, whatever it is that you choose to do. So if that's something that you want to do, then I think that you should pursue it. Yeah, I stay in the Charlotte area, Waxhaw. I live in Waxhaw, which is on the outskirts of Charlotte. I don't know. That's what I've been seeing as of late on YouTube. Well, I'm gonna give you an example. I told my wife loves scrolling on TikTok, right, and Instagram, and watching like shorts and all that kind of stuff. I told her this. I said, you can't judge somebody else's review of a food based off of their taste buds. The only way that you're going to be able to know if it's for you or not, or if you like it or not, is that you try it. All right. Just because somebody says something is nasty, it might not be nasty to you. All right. So just because somebody's review is that, oh, this tastes like shit, or this restaurant is nasty, and it deters you from going and doing it, well, I guess you'll never know if it tastes nasty, because you took their view of it instead of going and trying it yourself. So in layman's terms, if it's something you want to try it out. If it don't work out for you, or you don't like it, you can always go back. You know what I'm saying? You can always go back to being a company driver or a lease operator, whatever it is that you choose to do. Owner operator, just park your equipment up and sell it, park it and sell it, and go work for a company if that's what you choose to do too. So you got options there. You know what I'm saying? Facts, bro. I'm a felon. Owning my own truck is a form of freedom. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So some people look at it like he said, a form of freedom. You know what I mean? And I'm all for entrepreneur and running your own business. I got a little business of my own on the side, right? A lot of people know that I run a sports betting consultant company, right? Where I give out sports picks. So, but for me, that is I don't need employees for that, all right? And anything that I make off of that is 100% profit for me. I don't have to worry about paying anybody out. Well, I got one handicapper, female handicapper, and she's the only one that I pay out. But other than that, I don't have to worry about, employees making my company go, or is the internet gonna go down? I mean, that would be my only thing. Is the internet gonna go down, or you know, is sports going to stop being played? And guess what? Sports is never going to stop being played. They played sports during COVID. All right. So, and you could bet during COVID. So there's that. But, you know, trucking is, at the end of the day, trucking is all what you make it. If you make trucking miserable, if you make trucking where it's a nightmare, it's going to be exactly that. All right. So yes, it has its good days. Yes, it has its bad days. Like anything else in life, life be lifing sometimes. So, you know, even as being a company driver, every day is not good. Look at my scenario right now. All right, I'm a company driver. It's not good. Okay, not a good scenario that I'm in right now, or situation with this load. All right, or for this weekend. So, everything is what you make it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm salty right now about this. And when I get off here, I'm gonna find something to make me happy. Okay. And I'm gonna probably go and read some college football magazines that I have back there in the back that I need to start brushing up on for my college football, because I do a college football show on Twitter when college football season is in. Actually, my college football show, CFB Line Blitz, starts up August 1st. I need to get myself brushed up on that for my show. So I'm gonna find a way to utilize this time and get my mind off of me actually sitting here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take something that is negative and find something productive and positive to do. All right, for sure. All right, what else y'all say, man? Let me see and catch up with y'all comments, man. You getting my text messages? Jed, I probably am, but I cannot check the text messages, because if I check text messages, it'll take me off of the camera. So I have to check the text messages once I get off of here. Like, what's the point of buying a truck just for it to sit? That's what I'm trying to understand. Well, if the rates ain't right and everybody has operating costs, right? And if your operating cost isn't being met, and if you're basically running in reverse, basically meaning to run your truck, it may cost a certain cent per mile. And if you're not getting that, then why continue to dig yourself into a hole when you can just go and drive for somebody else, or be a company driver, and you know, don't have to worry about any expenses until the rates get back to where it's profitable for you to run your truck. So I understand when guys park their trucks, because they have done their math. They know what it costs to run their truck per mile. And if they're not getting that out here, there's no need for them to dig themselves deeper into a financial debt, or even potential out here running your truck and you not being profitable. And then what happens if something on the truck breaks? And now you can't get it fixed, right? So it's okay that if the rates ain't right and you own your equipment, to park it up and go make a paycheck working for somebody else, and let somebody else take on that liability while the rates aren't paying. It makes perfect sense. Let's see. So I read that one from Freedom by the Mile. CHA, which is Chase Andrew Jackson. Shouts to him. Chase Andrew Jackson still doing videos. Like, when I tell y'all I don't know who's still doing videos on YouTube, I really do not tune into trucking content on YouTube. I say if I'm seeing trucking content, it's typically like on some shorts through Instagram. That's about it. But I don't go searching for trucking content on YouTube. So is Chase Andrew Jackson still doing content on YouTube? If so, shouts to him. Shouts to him. Shouts to the ones, if they still doing it, that was doing it when I was doing it regularly. Shouts to those dudes, man, for sure. Because times have changed in trucking, you know what I mean? So kind of like the way that we think, the younger generation really ain't that ain't interesting to them. You know what I'm saying? For them, it's more so travel and being in different cities and different, getting out and doing different stuff in cities and stuff like that. They really don't care too much about kind of shit that us older people that's been in trucking for a few years, you know, kind of care about. I watched AJ too. He purchased his trucks earlier with no real knowledge. He now says he wouldn't have got so many. He's only put one on the road. Get multiple trucks if you have contracts. That's true. That's true. That is true. Like the whole thing in trucking too, right? Is, you know, when I was a fleet owner, man, like you have to rely on people in order for your business to be profitable. So if you have multiple trucks, well, you got to have drivers in those trucks, man. And if there's no drivers in those trucks, regardless if you own them, you lease them, or whatever you're doing, if they're sitting and not making money, right? And the goal is that you have them because you want to make money off of them. So, you know, sitting is never a good thing, regardless of how you got, of what type of truck you got, whether it's a cash truck or it's a lease truck. The objective is not to sit the trucks, especially if you have multiple ones. So I can understand where Chase Andrew Jackson's coming from on that 100%. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, you know, have one truck, or if you are gonna have multiple trucks, make sure you got a contract that's locked in that can feed those multiple trucks, you know what I mean, to keep them running. But then the thing about it is you can have that contract that they can feed those, and then you have to worry about the driver, right? How long is this driver going to stay around for? What is the driver going to be his driving force? Is he going to be a complainer? Is he going to want to go home every day? Is he going to want to go home every week? If I got these contracts that need to keep freight running, it's best that I have a driver that can stay out a couple weeks at a time. You know what I mean? Really can't utilize a driver that wants to be home every weekend unless I got a contract that is coming from point A to point B and from point B back to point A, and he stays or lives in point A. You know what I mean? Or even if he stays in point B. You know what I mean? But if he stays on the outskirts of that, or in a different state of where that contract is going, especially if it's dedicated, but I don't know how I can get you home every weekend without messing up this dedicated. You know what I mean? So that's the next hardest part, is drivers. You know what I'm saying? Is getting these drivers, is getting drivers to dedicate to it. And that's hard. And that's hard because drivers will leave you and go somewhere else for 5 cents extra a mile if they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, believe it or not, motherfuckers will leave you for 2 pennies, bro. And you go from making 70 cents, 72, they out of there. What? Damn, 2 pennies more? Shit be wild. Let's see. My truck parked and under construction while I'm driving for somebody else. Okay. That's a good thing. Man, as an owner operator myself, you got to figure out what works best for you. Everyone is going to tell you, I guess you meant to say buy a truck, blase. It's not for everyone. 100%. Absolutely. Who said that? Little dude from 63rd? Absolutely. It's not for everybody, man. You know, I once heard that you got to still have worker bees, bro. Everybody can't be the king. Everybody can't be owners. Because if everybody's going to be an owner, where the fuck are the working bees at, bro? You know what I'm saying? You got to have working bees in order for a hive to work properly. Everybody can't be the owner. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That shit holds true, man. You gotta be some worker bees out here, bro. And it's okay if you're a worker bee. Hell, I'm a worker bee right now. I'm okay with it, bro. I don't gotta worry about none of that goofy shit that being an owner or, you know, has to worry about. They gotta worry about they gotta worry about taxes, on their fleet, on their company. They gotta worry about fuel costs. They gotta worry about what we talked about, brokers being fucking shady and shit. They gotta worry about rates. They gotta worry about drivers that are complaining. They gotta worry about drivers getting home time. It's a lot of shit. All right, being a fleet owner, and a lot of people just don't talk about it. Like, why you try to glorify that shit and like life is good? That's a lot of shit you take on, man. Right? A lot of shit you take on, and aside from the money, man, it's more than just that. They want to be YouTube famous. Hey, man, everybody want to be famous nowadays, don't they? People are taking fame over the money, boy. That about a bit. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to be famous, so they go somewhere. Everybody, hey, is that what's name? I used to hate that shit, man. When I would go somewhere and people would notice me, man, like, oh my God, bro. Ugh, that shit be aggy. Just treat me like a regular person, bro. Hello, how you doing? What up, Lo? What up? I can't stand that glizzy gobbling, bro. Like, just, shit disgusts me. What does this one teach their own? I might be already with being a company driver. If I didn't have a recent felony, nobody will hire me. And if getting fired means struggling to find another job. Facts. That's powerful right there. Shouts to you. Who was that? That was I think that was Lil Dude from 63rd. I think. No, that's Freedom by the Mile. What you think about all the Hornets moves? I think the Hornets always do. The Hornets are doing what they do best and get rid of their fucking talent. That's what they do. Fucking retards, man. They cool with being a fucking terrible basketball organization. Buying a truck is the easiest part. Finding companies, building that maintenance account, insurance, fuel, all that is where it gets tricky. They don't talk about that. 100%. Little Dude from 63rd. These boys in here talking that talk for y'all boys. Everything on YouTube they be glorifying, bro. Be glazing the fuck out of shit. And then they be glorifying and glazing your ass right into some fucking debt you can't fucking handle. That be the shit. They glorifying you into some shit that you not built for. So you gotta, I tell you all the time, you gotta watch who you get your information from, your source of information. It's all good to listen to shit for entertainment value. That's cool. If you're not taking it for seriousness, but if you're looking for seriousness, you better vet that person out, man. Go and check out some more, listen to some more videos by them and see if some shit making sense to you. Because once again, everything is all cool on the internet for entertainment value. But guess what? They don't give a fuck if you get fucked up in this shit. You think they gonna come bail you out? You gonna go try that shit, you gonna end up on your motherfucking face. And then you gonna say, they didn't tell me about this part, or they didn't mention this part. Yeah, because most people don't mention the shitty part. They only mention the good. They don't mention when shit got fucked up, shit got real, and they thought multiple times about not doing it anymore. And how much life would be so much easier if they were just a company driver and didn't have to worry about all this shit. And once again, when the money is good. I give it to them. But it's also, shit get dark, bro. Shit can get real dark. And it can get dark fast. Yes, Freedom by the Mile I am. Baton Rouge. Oh, where? What part of Baton Rouge you from? I lived over there, Highland, Glen Oaks. My kids are pretty much been raised in Zachary. Louisiana. I went to Zachary High School. I stayed on Segan. Let me see. I stayed over on Highland most of the time, over by LSU Stadium, and some apartments called Highland Creek Apartments. I don't even know if those raggedy motherfuckers are still there. I live in Charlotte though now. I'm way less stressed, I'll be honest, but I still can't wait to be back behind the wheel of my own. For sure, man, it's always good to have your own. The thing that I miss, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the thing that I miss the most about having my fleet is I miss my time, bro. I was at home with my family. I was coaching high school football. I was doing spaces on Twitter for sports betting every single day, every single morning. What else did I do? I was in a bowling league. So the most important thing that I miss, the thing I miss the most about my fleet is my time. I woke up whenever I wanted to. I slept in my own bed. I did whatever I wanted to do. I moved however I wanted to move. I didn't have to. Everybody has to answer to somebody, regardless if you own your own authority. You got to answer to somebody, right? If you're booking loads, you got to answer to the broker. If you're with a contract, you got to answer to, the carrier that you're contracted on with. So mine was with UPS Freight before they got bought out. And then I had some of my trucks on with VL, which, by the way, I don't know if y'all know this, but VL, if y'all see these trucks out there, Ace, where they got like the Ace of Spades symbol, that ain't nothing but VL 2.0. I don't know if y'all knew that. That's VL 2.0. That was VL's largest fleet when I was over there. And I guess VL's authority was trash. It was garbage. They was having wrecks and all kind of wild ass shit. All they did was basically made Ace go get an authority. They probably paid Ace to do all of this shit. Probably paid for Ace's authority, fronted all the fucking money, gave them all the money to do that, and said that this is going to be the fleet now. So whenever y'all see Ace out there, ACE, Ace of Spades symbol, they haul hazmat. That isn't nothing but VL 2.0. I didn't know if y'all knew that. All right, how many of y'all remember VL trucking? Rest in peace to my brother, trucker named Jay. He kind of put them on the map for sure. Him and the female driver, I forgot what her name was. She actually was the first one to put them on the map. And then I had 5 or 6 trucks on with them. But yeah, VL Trucking is Ace Trucking now, or whatever they're fucking called. That's who they are. Do you still talk to your buddy Casanova? No, I haven't talked to Cass in fucking years, bro. Eons. It's probably been 5+ years, 6+ years. I've talked to Casanova. It's been a minute. Larry Johnson was my favorite. Grandma. Oh, we're talking about and they didn't even do Larry Johnson right either, man. This is the same organization that drafted Kobe and traded him. What are we talking about? They drafted Kobe and traded him. What are we doing? Hornets fucking are stupid. Buying a truck doesn't solve all your problems. If anything, you have to work 50 times harder because you're the business now and no more falling back on Swift or Hirschbach. True. 1,000%, 100%. I'm way less stressed, I'll be honest, but I still can't wait to be back behind the wheel of my own. I'm from Scotlandville, but my mom's got a house in Glen Oaks. Okay. Yeah, Scotland, old Scotlandville. Okay. I ain't mad at old Scotlandville, boy. Them boys out there up to no good. Country boys. I was actually working at VL when they made the switch to Ace. They were the best company I had worked for at the time. You talking about VL? VL used to be a good trucking company, man, and they just started. You know, that to me it feels like that's where all the Russian hate came from. People were mad with VL, and just, you know, VL used to make some. I thought you used to make some good money at VL, man. But once again, VL had some shit too to them. Like, I ain't gonna sit and act like VL didn't have some shit to them. They had some shit to them too, boy. And they was running illegal as a motherfucker. I'll tell you that much. I'm currently at a fuel hauling company and make 6 figures a year. After 401k, healthcare, insurance, and taxes, it's still a struggle. That's good, man. That 401k, healthcare, insurance. As you get older, that shit means something. I know the young generation don't really care too much about that. And we didn't really care too much about that as a younger generation either. But when you get older, man, that shit means something. Hey, Lo, you been doing your soccer bets? Hell no, I don't bet on soccer, man. Soccer, I don't bet on anything that can have a tie, that can have a draw. I don't bet on that. Nah, my shit has to have a conclusion, bro. So basketball, football, baseball, hockey, those things. And see, I didn't used to bet on hockey because hockey could end with a tie too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they changed that shit. But I don't bet on nothing that has a draw, bro. Hell no, man. That shit crazy, bro. I don't like that. Not surprised, it happens all the time with them Russian companies. They switch DOT numbers. Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%, man. And that's the thing, man. They just switch DOT numbers, switch a name, and they back in business. It's no consequences or repercussion, and DOT isn't doing anything to. They claim that they're doing stuff to try to crack down on this shit. They're not. They're fucking not. Because if they were trying to do something to crack down on this, then they would. You know what I mean? Like, don't talk about you're trying. It's simple. Fucking crack down on it. All right? Have them do more of an extensive background check. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ways that you can crack down on that shit, and they're choosing not to do that. Just, you could go and get another DOT or authority under your same name, go switch your LLC, and then that's that. Like, you're not doing enough research to know who owns the LLC or what's the connections, and get through the loophole. They can do something about it if they want to. They're not, because they're making money off this shit. And that's how the government works. Can they make money? All right, you can make it fly. Super Ego, man, that's just, The only thing on Super Ego is a trailer. Like that, the trailer is only going, the trailer, put whatever on the side of that motherfucker. But like you said, DOT numbers, they make those operators switch the names. They tell them, oh man, you can be your own business, and then they fucking create an authority for you and get you different numbers, and yeah, you're running all this stuff, and it's that shit. That carrier. That company is a fucking scam, bro. I don't know how people continue to work for them. I don't. They've showed you clear as day that they will rip you off, and that they are shaving off of the rate cons. And what? You go somewhere else? Whatever. Don't care. I bet you if I did that, I'd be in jail right now for fraud. I don't know, man. I already talked about it, man. What I'm pissed about, it's in the beginning of the video. I have to sit this weekend, 4th of July weekend, as a company driver because I don't have a load. I had a load that was going from Joplin, Missouri to Lakeland, Florida, and my carrier, I guess, got underbid on it, and they don't have anything else for me to take for the weekend, so I'm fucking stuck. Pissed me off because that was almost a 1,200 mile run. I make mileage pay, 70 cents a mile, and I'm not going to get that as it stands right now, unless they tell me something over the weekend that they're gonna, you know, pay it as if I ran it. That would be beautiful, but like, I work off of cents per mile. Like, if this truck isn't moving, you know, if I don't have a load on here where I can get some miles in it, then I'm fucking stuck. And I'm the only one that's suffering from this, right? Because this is a carrier that has 18 trucks. They're gonna make money off their other trucks. So I'm the one that suffers, not them. Yeah, this is one truck that doesn't have a load, but what about the other 17? And even if half of the trucks are on home time for a vacation and the other half of the trucks are running, you're still able to make some money. But I'm out here ready and available, and I got nothing. Yeah, I'm the one that's losing on this, not them. Hey, good question. Why do people praise the Russians so much? Why not praise our own companies and start our own thing? Well, little dude from the 63rd, I think that I want to say that people are praising the Russians. I don't know if I think that people talk more shit about the Russian carriers than anything. I see more negative about Russian carriers than I see positive. And then it's kind of like they group all the Russian companies in one. And just because one Russian carrier is bad, since they're Russian, all the Russians are fucking bad. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say that the Russians are getting praised. I would say that they probably are not. And the one thing I don't like that people do on the internet, cannot give you, it really irks me, is talking about driving illegal. But that shit's stupid, bro. Right? That shit's stupid. Talking about driving as a truck driver, we know what you can do, right, within the DOT clock. But people talking about driving from one point of the country to another part of the country, and you know damn well you can't cover that in a drive shift, and they're on the internet talking about that they're doing it. That shit goofball, bro. That shit goofball. All it's going to take is for them to have an accident, and once again, internet, all of this shit can be used against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that they don't understand. Trucking is not no state regulated job. It is federally regulated, right? What does federally regulated mean? It means that if you do something out here that is against the law or crime, you get federal time for it, motherfucker. You don't get state time, you get federal time, all right? That means that you are a felon, all right? So if you're out here talking about you're running these miles and I could run 4,000, 5,000 miles as a solo driver in a 7-day period, bro, you're not running fucking legal. You get into an accident, they're gonna go back and they're gonna utilize your entire social media fucking platform against you, and you're gonna be on your social media platform talking about running illegal. Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're fucking cooked. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that trucking is a federal job. Essentially, you're under federal mandate. This is Fed time shit out here, bro. You get into an accident and kill somebody, Fed time. Okay? You run your clock and you smash into the back of and create an accident, and you've been running your clock, you went hours over your time of service, creating an accident that created a pileup, Fed time, motherfucker. Not state time, not a slap on the wrist time, not we're just gonna take your CDL. federal offense. All right? So I think that a lot of people don't understand that when they get into trucking, that what you do out here on these highways, interstates, byways, you have to be very, very cautious, bro, because you are not only playing with your life, fed time, but you're also out here messing with other people's lives as the Department of Transportation, you know, people in traveling. Like, this ain't no slap on the wrist shit, bro. You kill somebody out here, you run into somebody, you getting tired, you got a little sleepy, your eyes closed, you drift across the median, and you fucking crashed, bro. Fed time. Fed time. There's none of that fucking state time. I'm going to state penitentiary or anything of that. Federal offense. And it don't hit home for motherfuckers until they actually are in court and they realize, oh shit, this is the federal mandate. Department of Transportation, FMCSA. You know what that stands for? Federal. The first letter is an F. Federal mandate. Alright? But like, sometimes I gotta speak a little slow for people, man. Like, you understand what you're getting into, right? When they call it the FMCSA, the first letter is federal. Hello. Okay? So you running dirty on all your clock and you thinking that your dispatcher is going to fix it for you, and then if you get into an accident and they find out that it's been altered and dispatch did it, now guess who else is under federal mandate? That dispatcher, right? They could be linked in with you on that shit. Federal time. People be playing with this shit, bro. And it ain't nothing to be playing with, right? You need to take having your CDL and being over the road serious, because they take it serious. It's a federal offense. So be smart, bro. Or go sit your ass in federal prison. And in federal prison, you're going to do majority of your fucking time. You know, that's how that works, right? You're going to do majority of that motherfucking time. What is that? Federal does what? 80%? 80% of the time on Fed? You're gonna do majority of that. A truck driver fell asleep here in Dallas and killed 8 people. Federal prison, bro. We gonna need 80% of that time. So if we give you motherfucking 35 years, you gonna give us 80%. God damn, bro. What is that, 20 years? You giving a good 20? Whew. That's sick. Now imagine driving 5,000 plus miles every week with nothing to show, not even a pin. Yeah, and then that sucks too, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't know how guys do it, bro. I don't know how guys be running 4,000 and 5,000 miles as a solo driver, bro. The only thing I could think of, man, you got to be on that booger sugar, bro. It's no way off of normal body adrenaline that your body can run that, like, before fatigue sinks in. You know what I'm saying? They on that booger sugar. They snorting lines. Man, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no energy drink in the truck stop gonna get you through that either. You can't sit there and be like, yo, man, I'm on Red Bulls, man. Fuck out of here, dog. You know why? Because Red Bulls have a crash to them, right? How many of us been on like a Red Bull and then, you know, after a few hours, man, that shit got a crazy crash to it, bro. Like, you get super tired, bro, when that shit hits, right? And when that shit hit, bro, it ain't no cranking up another fucking Red Bull and it's gonna get you another goddamn 4-5 hours. Nah, man, that when that shit come down on a crash, bro, you gotta go lay down, bro. Your body is not going to allow you to do it. Not you know, genuinely. So I don't know how guys be doing that shit and they be bragging about that shit. Like, yeah, man, I'm doing 4,000 miles this week, man. As a solo, bro. Stay off them drugs, my nigga. Stay off them drugs, my nigga. Like, You eventually, it's only a matter of time, bro, before you are going to either end up dead or end up killing somebody else. That shit crazy. All right, look, last one. I'm about to get ready to get out of the chair. I feel like if these companies would pay the driver what they're supposed to get paid, we wouldn't have to drive for the Russians. It's a blessing to get paid what they get paid. That's true. I mean, I will give you that. Drivers, listen, there's companies out here that, first and foremost, that's a great point that you bring up, right? In trucking, they do not accommodate for inflation. Pisses me off. All right. It's with inflation and where the country sits right now, there is no load on the market that should be going under $5 and $6 a mile. None. Right? To accommodate inflation, none. But yet we still got loads out here that are $2.50 and $3 a mile. They are way under inflation. All right. Truck drivers, we should be somewhere per inflation, minimum cent per mile should be somewhere between 90 cents to $1 a mile right now for inflation. We are nowhere near that for cent per mile. We are nowhere near $5 and $6 average on a load. And we're talking about like drive-in, reefer, flatbed. We ain't talking about that exotic shit. I know heavy haulers and all that. We're talking about on general commodity. Based off of inflation in this country, they should be somewhere averaging $5 to $6 a mile on these loads, and we are nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. Right? The only way that will ever change, and guess what? It will never change. You know why? But let me tell you, the only way it will happen is if all the truck drivers would need to band together and say that we are shutting trucks the fuck down and we are going to go on a strike. You ever notice when people feel like they are underpaid or not meeting inflation prices, they go on strike. Look at, for instance, right here in front of me, UPS, right? Granted, UPS has the Teamsters and they got a union that protects them. But for those guys, right, when they feel like they're underpaid and it's not meeting inflation, they will go on strike. The union will say, everybody stop working. We will pay y'all to sit the fuck down until we get a contract bid that meets the inflation prices. And now you got UPS drivers who are making 200K. I seen 200K plus a year, because they know how to sit the fuck down and wait till they get the pay that they're properly deserved. Now, if the rest of the drivers out here that are owner operators, even though I know y'all be using OIDA, which don't really do shit for an owner operator, you might as well be throwing your fucking money away, because Congress don't pay no attention to fucking OIDA. All of the money that goes into trucking comes from major carriers, all right? And we know that it comes from the bigger association, which is the one that the mega carriers are with. What is it, ASA or some shit like that? I forgot what the name of them is, but we know that that's the big one, right? They're getting all the fucking dollars from them, and they're training companies and they're mega carriers, and they got consistent contracted freight. Blah 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 blah. Owner operators are trying to get some. So until everybody says, you know what, this is not right pricing, we're all shutting down. And what is it that we're requesting? That company drivers be paid 90 cents or more to match inflation a mile. That these loads for owner operators are $5 or higher a mile to meet inflation, and everybody just shuts the fuck down. Let me tell you something. They would have to accommodate. Okay? Why would they have to accommodate? 24 to 48 hours of all trucks just shutting down and not moving, this country would fucking crumble. It would not take long, right? We would all be back up and working within 24 hours, all right? But it would take a strong force for all of us to say, you know what? You're going to sacrifice and we're going to shut down for fucking 24 hours. Nobody move a motherfucking truck. And it's for the purpose of everybody, right? It's not your own purpose. The only people that probably would be moving is probably UPS because they're part of the union and they got what they wanted already, right? They got that. But UPS can't move all of this fucking freight. Hell, UPS can't move reefer. They don't got enough drivers with UPS to be able to move these trailers and move these trucks. So, but guess what? We got people that, once again, they're satisfied with their paychecks and they feel like if we strike, we're going to be without a job. Bro, they can't, bro. Is there, I didn't know that there was a fucking line of truck drivers ready to fucking rock and roll. There's not a fucking line of truck drivers waiting out the fucking door that they got on reserve that can go. They can't do it. All right. So what would need to happen is all drivers say, we're shutting down for 24 hours for the sake of this. All right. And this is for the betterment of everybody. That's the only way it will work. And until we do that, truck drivers are going to be underpaid, regardless if you're an owner operator, if you are a company driver, if you are a fleet owner. The only people that are making money hand over fist are brokers, right? Because they don't have to drive. They're not responsible for fuel. They're not responsible for any of that. They just got a contract through the company and they broker the shit out. They don't call it, they're not responsible for any of that shit. I mean, you know, they get licensed and bonded and shit, but they're gonna make their fucking coins. So we're essentially the drivers, owner operators, and carriers are the ones that are suffering. And nobody wants to fucking do this. Nobody wants to do this. We cannot get truck drivers, carriers collectively to say, we are shutting the trucks down for 24 to 48 hours until we get the pay that we fucking need for American truck drivers, period. So, referring back to your question, this is why people go to the Russians, because they're trying to get 70 cents. They're trying to meet inflation prices, right? 70, 80, 90 cents. And, well, what does the Russians want in return for this? They want you to, you know, someone wants you to run illegal. They want to fudge your logbooks a little bit. They want to stretch you out. They want to put your life in danger, your CDL in danger. And guess what? When you crash that truck, like we just finished mentioning, all they're going to do is switch up DOT numbers. And they're going to stay in business. You're dead. Your family is missing you. And meat in the seat. Next driver up. But nobody's listening to me. So it don't matter. So it's always going to be this way, okay? It's always going to be this way. All right? Trucking does not meet inflation prices. And it's bad that drivers are out here that are making 55 cents a mile, 50 cents a mile. Hell, even with me making 70 cents, I am 20 cents, 20 to 30 cents under inflation prices right now of what I should be paid. But carriers are not going to pay that to you. Why? If they pay you what the inflation price is, then they don't have a trucking company anymore. They go out of business. That's how it works. Hope I taught y'all something. With that being said, y'all have an amazing day. All right? And then we're going to do this more often. I promise you. I know it was my last live video I did was March 25th. I just saw that today. All right, that's been almost 3 months. But I promise you guys, I will start being more involved in the community, putting out some content for you guys that is pre-recorded. Make sure that y'all do like, right? I got 50 likes in here, 59 people. Can I get some more likes? All right. In order for me to put content out here for you guys that is useful, I like to kind of see that I'm appreciated for it. So how do you go about doing that? Likes, re-sharing the content, commenting, letting me know like keep going, Lo, or giving me some ideas on some videos that you guys would like to see me talk about, some topics you guys would like me to talk about, like that goes a long way, right? So that's how you guys kind of keep me in the community and making content. If I don't see that, and my drive for it kind of be like, yo, I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't really care. You know what I mean? I don't have to make content, right? But I do it because I like to educate. That's a thing of mine, is educating, and it's always been a thing of mine, is to educate, right? Any way that I can. People can just go to Estes, extra board, 90K plus in benefits. But see, here's the problem, bro. Like I said, it has to be a collective effort for the betterment of everybody in trucking. It can't, this is the problem that we're dealing with right now. It can't be a selfish thing. You got to be unselfish doing this. And it has to be the betterment for everybody, to even include yourself for future. Because if we continue to allow this, then they will continue to do it. All right. So I understand there are companies like I said, UPS, Estes, all these other ones that are, but you have to do it in order for the betterment of everybody, for the whole entire industry, right? Other than that, nothing gets done. All right. It can't be that owner operators and OTR drivers are shut down, but then you got Estes and UPS and those guys that are being selfish because they're happy with what they make, and fuck everybody else, because then nothing gets done. But essentially, if only Estes and UPS runs, y'all still can't cover all the fucking freight. Y'all got drive-ins anyway. How y'all gonna move the reefer shit? How y'all gonna move the flatbed shit? So essentially, y'all could still continue working while everybody else does shut down. Y'all would be a drop in the bucket essentially to that. It takes all of the OTR drivers to essentially say, we're not fucking moving these trucks until y'all up these rates, and keep them there. And it needs to be something in Congress that is written, this is the minimum, kind of like minimum wage. All right, the new minimum wage for trucking on these rate cons is $5.25 a mile plus. Can't be anything lower than that. And as a company driver, minimum wage is 90 cents a mile. Can't be any lower than that. That's the only way that it's going to change. So there's that. Y'all have a fantastic 4th of July. Shit's crazy. Y'all have a fantastic 4th of July. All right. If you're with family, enjoy. Watch the fireworks. If you're out here on the road making miles, be safe. If you're like me and you're stuck, you're not doing anything, well, make the best of it. All right. To the next video. Y'all be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do, like be unsafe. And as always, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners and winning all day right here at Locked In with Lo. Y'all notice the name changed. Locked In with Lo. Because more than just trucking.